Photo.com, and welcome to another AdoramaPIX rapid fire critique. And before we jump into that, don't forget you can pick up the Front Nose Photo beginner guide to getting out of auto. Just look for this, click right here on the screen right now actually, and it will take you over to that page where you can check out a trailer giving you information about the 3-hour video guide. It's pretty darn kick butt. So let's get into this rapid fire critique. It's going to be rapid, as there's only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of 10 photos, because I like to do 10, but hey, 5 photos. Let's get into this. This is from Right Wing Wacko at, well, I guess they have their email address listed. They're a Right Wing Wacko. Does that mean they're Republicans? I don't know. So let's take a look at this. AER, what is that? What is this taken with Nikon D90? Show me more info. Big money, big money, big money, and stop. What lens is this? This is the 70 to 300 4556. That's the VR, I believe. That's a nice little lens. I've used that on the D3100 in the beginner guide. So I like the feel. I like the composition. I like what's going on here. The only thing that I do not like about this image, I'm sure there's more, I don't know if the eyes are in, I think this eye's in focus. It actually looks like a soccer ball in his eyeball. The hat's distracting because this AER is more in focus. It's more prominent in the frame than anything else. And the background is distracting because it's just so plain. He's got a wrench in his hand, so maybe he should be sitting in a car, or maybe he should be sitting in a garage or something, you know, or under the hood of a car. That would give me a better feel. Maybe a black and white would save it, because this is just very distracting up here. But the exposure's on, everything feels fine like that, but those are the things that jump out to me about this image. Next! Hello! Oh, hello. I have to turn my head like that to kind of get a feel for it. Additional information. 1/125, 5.6, ISO 125. Very interesting. Are we in auto ISO? It's possible. Again, so the way that this pose is really awkward. You have this girl, it's awkward just because she's like this, and is this a Dutch angle? I don't think it's a Dutch angle based off of the background. I just think she's sitting awkwardly. You got to straighten this up. The focus here should be more on her face. Not saying the focus itself. I mean, coming in a little tighter, because we don't need to see this part of her body. You know, it's just throwing it off. If her head was more straight up, then it would be a little better. But I want to get closer to her. I want to be more in her. Don't take that the wrong way about being in her. I mean, I want to be in her grill, in her face. So I'm not feeling it so much. The light also is a little harsh right here, which is spilling off onto the nose, which is actually this photo's starting to hurt me now that I look at it more because of the angle of it. And we got some red reflection. We got something bouncing back like she maybe is sitting on a car. I don't know. I just need to see more of the face here. This one's hurting me. It's throwing me off. Keep going. Okay, so what's going on here? I love the fact that this is nice and sharp and in focus, but I've seen some ranting about this lately. So what, they upgraded to a D7000? I didn't mean to hit all rights reserved. Let me go back one page. Go back. I wanted to see additional info. So here's the issue. I love the colors and I like the focus. I think that this is in focus, and they're trying to make up for the fact that the eyes are not in focus by doing this. Let's pull back on the clarity thing. And it's just, you don't have to soften the baby's face. They are babies. There's no reason. They have the best skin in the world. They're so soft and young and all of that. By doing this, by pulling back on this clarity and making it so soft, it's hurting the image. Let things have some imperfections in them. That's my opinion, is it needs imperfections. But I really think, let me see if there's an all sizes here. Let's see how big it's been uploaded. Original. Yeah. It's in focus right about here. And this clarity pulled back is trying to cover up the fact that these eyes are not sharp. So I'm going to go back one more. It's a nice image. I like the frame that's captured. I just don't like that you pulled back on all of the clarity. It just makes the kid look so like a ghost. It's just too much. I like the composition. I like the colors. I would also try a black and white as well, but we got to get that sharp. And anybody that yells at me for saying that you got to get the eyes sharp, if you're doing a portrait and the eyes are not sharp, then what is it? Doesn't matter if the nose is sharp. It's not art at that point. I know people are like, oh, this is subjective. Yes, everything is subjective with photography, but if you're out of focus on the eyes, if that is the point, if it's a portrait and you're out of focus there, it's not a useful portrait. Okay, so let's take a look at this frame. We have more room on the left. You could have shifted to the right a little bit more. This shoe's distracting the way that it's cut off. Go horizontal. Get them all in there. Show a little bit more of the scene. Cutting off the shoulder right here is a little off. The light spillage here doesn't kill me that much. I don't hate it. But again, we're pulling back on that clarity so that you're getting this washed out feel. I think a horizontal and then a tighter horizontal. So wide, getting his feet in there, because where it's cut, it's just distracting seeing the bottom of his shoe. So something more like this with your See the World keychain, it would go wider, you get his feet in there, and then come in a little tighter and get this area down to his elbow, chopping the knees around here, right to the bottom of her fingers, don't want to cut them off, and then I think we would have a winning shot. It's darn close, not bad at all for those type of things, but just some corrections that need to be made. And this is the last one of the 5. I like the feel of this. I like what's going on underneath this wood. You know, she's touching that wood. She's got interesting shoes on. She's like, hey, I'm touching wood. All right, so that's fine. A little overblown on the face. We want to pull back a little bit on that exposure, I believe. I think a black and white could work well here, boomified, especially with the way that the exposure is. I have found that sometimes when you have a brighter image, that it lends well to black and white sometimes, a very high contrasty one. So I like the feel of this. I like the composition. This time it's great. Same headroom, nice headroom from top to bottom. Nice composition. She's not right in the middle. We've got these leading lines of these poles, of these wood beams, drawing you out, and we go right into her. Just again, I think it needs a little bit more a little bit more sharpening, a little bit more clarity. I think it's been pulled back too much to give it that soft look, and that soft look is killing me. But other than that, you know, it may have sounded harsh. It's not really harsh. It's just corrective criticism. Please don't take it the wrong way, anybody out there. This is meant to be a positive critique, pointing out some subtle things that when those subtle things are corrected, give you winning shots. And that's what it's all about. So that is what we have. Don't forget, you can sign up for the Fronos Photo email list. Just put your name, email address in this box, hit send it, and I'll send you a free guide to capturing motion in low-light situations. Check out more AdoramaPIX rapid-fire critiques. Click on the screen at any point, and we will take you to see more videos. And that is it. Jared, Polin, FronosPhoto.com. See ya.